Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Blrd Podcast, episode 155. Tonight we have an electric panel, as always. We have Darkside.
Yo.
Green Tuner.
Hello.
Snake.
Boy, howdy.
And myself, best in the world, Bebe, Creamcast, main character. How you guys doing tonight?
Very good. Very good.
Very good.
Mm-hmm.
I'm glad to hear that. Obviously, this is not our usual podcasting day, but I mean, hey, it is what it is. Unfortunately, the ever so lovely Bandito Mac. Well, I'm about to say that real country. Bandito Mac.
Bandito Mac.
Bandito Mac unfortunately cannot make it with us today. He has real life, real world responsibilities. So hey, our thoughts are with you, Bandito. He's actually just like chilling with his. He's like chilling with his family. I don't know why. Like,
you made it seem like something horrible happened.
Yeah, right. Like, damn.
Thoughts and prayers.
You have to spend time with your family. Damn, that sucks for you. Yeah, and unfortunately, our Blrd podcast fluffer, the Ed Underground, of course, will not be able to make it as always. He is,
of course.
Yeah, he has.
It's more surprising if he makes it.
Yeah, that's why they're like, whoa, shit, like that's actual like surprise. Yeah, his constant state now is never to be here. So, but that's fine. We are much better off without him. So wherever he's at, the Wendy's gas station, whatever, Wendy's gas station, whatever restaurants would he be at? Behind any dumpster and
usually it's a lot of like trucker
truck stops. Yeah,
breakfast joints.
Yeah,
just for
Yeah, I mean, I've heard his other nickname. They call him a lot lizard. But hey, you know what? It's one of the oldest occupations out there.
The hardest working man on Twitter.
The Wizzy Glizzy.
The Wizzy Glizzy.
Or the Glizzy Wizzy. I'm sorry. The Glizzy Wizzy.
Yeah, that's
the wizard. Yeah, makes that shit disappear.
He's like, wow, and it's gone.
No hands.
I thought he was the throat goat.
Oh, that's one of his. Yeah, that's one of his many names.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah, he has many names. His stage name can be vast. There's many of them out there. So, I mean, it is what it is. But yeah, wherever you're at Underground, I mean, you make them glizzies disappear. You're the best at what you do. So, but yeah, hey, Blrd Podcast. Yeah, like I said, not our usual time, but it's all good. We are here now, baby. And for our main topic, let's go ahead and jump into it. So, one of the biggest...
Back, baby.
Yeah, we're back. Yeah. One of the biggest movies that the MCU has to offer after such a long drought of content, really good content. The MCU is back, baby. It is back and is in full force. I mean, I'm seeing Oscars already. Of course, we're talking about Brave New World, the newest Captain America movie. And man, what a visual treat this was. I mean, the writing, A+. The acting, superb. I mean, the CGI, mind-blowing. I mean, this is like on the scale of Avatar 1 and 2. Like this was
Shyamalan's Avatar.
You said what?
M. Night Shyamalan's Avatar.
M. Night Shyamalan. Yeah, this was a cinematic feast. Obviously, we're being a little dramatic. Yeah, I mean, let's go.
You are being dramatic.
Oh, my bad.
Don't speak for the rest of us.
Okay, my bad.
Hold your horses.
Yeah, I'm going to know my role and shut my mouth. But yeah, Darkside, let's go. How about you kick it off? You tell us What are your thoughts of the brave new world that the MCU has embarked on?
Well, it's not the worst. I'll say that. It's not the worst. You know, I really want to hear I really want to hear somebody else's view here.
Okay. You know what?
Because I think mine's gonna be. We've heard what I usually have to say. I'm curious to see what the snake had to say about this.
Yeah, same here. Let's get our dessert first.
Yeah, let's rip the Band-Aid off here on this.
Yeah.
One.
Hey, so for the record, I haven't kept up with all the MCU stuff. So the movie opens with what is quoted as a celestial mass in the Indian Ocean, yes. And like immediately I don't know what the fuck is going on, and they don't explain this.
Okay, I'm getting celestial mass right now. Keep going.
Yeah, I'm getting celestial mass.
So right, and as I'm not the biggest Marvel fan in the world, I think the MCU's kind of fallen off lately.
Yes.
Yeah, right. And so and they don't do anything to make the movie much better. Like we start with a 5-minute bad exposition dump that doesn't even explain the celestial mass, which I'm actually more interested in than the rest of the fucking review of the last 10 years of Marvel movies. Mm-hmm. And and then they dump us right into the first action scene of the movie, right?
Yep.
Yeah, they do.
It's bad. It's not good. It's him trying to be Captain America, except he's also got the super suit, and he's not Captain America, and the super suit doesn't make up for it, and ultimately Snake. It doesn't hold up, and the whole movie goes downhill from here in the worst possible way.
Snake, real quick. What is your? I know you said you're not familiar with celestial mass. Don't worry about that, but. Are you familiar? Did you watch the Captain America Falcon mini series?
Yes. I was going to circle back around to that. Here's my biggest problem with this fucking movie. It's boring. It's boring as shit. Yeah. It's really fucking boring. And it's full of characters who are more boring than the history of those characters already. Falcon and Winter Soldier got me excited to watch this because the dynamic of the characters in that series was really fun to watch, even if the plot was kind of sidebarred for it, and the whole thing was kind of set up to create these weird situations between Falcon and Winter Soldier. It was freaking cool. The whole thing came as a question of what do we do with the mantle of Captain America now that it's supposed to be passed on to somebody. We're supposed to have a Captain America. What do we do with it? What does that do to the identity of these characters? That's interesting. That was fun. These guys were going. They were grieving the loss of a friend. They were learning to deal with each other. They've got like an international crisis going on, and the whole time they're sitting there trying to figure out what to do with this new responsibility on their shoulders. That was cool. Cut to this movie. What the fuck happened?
Yeah. I kind of feel the same way. You nailed it. The biggest crime. I've said this about other MCU movies. Like the MCU for me has a lot of flexibility. As long as it's fun, as long as it's bright, colorful, entertaining, it doesn't need to be like an Oscar-winning movie. It doesn't need to be Batman Begins. I'm aiming for a very middle ground, land and be around the B+ B area, just be entertaining so I can watch, a movie with popcorn, have a good time. You're absolutely right. You nailed it. The biggest issue this movie has, is boring. It is absolutely boring. And I mean, obviously we're going to get into some spoilers here, major spoilers, but I think the biggest fucking spoiler and the biggest problem I had with this damn movie, the most interesting part of this movie is the Red Hulk. And he is in the movie for the amount of time he's in the friggin' trailers, and they put him on the poster, they put him on the marketing, they put him on the commercials, they put him on the Instagram ads.
Movie on Red Hulk, and they
Hulk sells.
But see, got us to go see this movie.
But that's the problem, though, is that we have not this is something that I've complained about in the past, and we've talked about this previously in the early years of the Blrd podcast. We discussed how awesome Hulk is, right? We loved the Incredible Hulk. Like, while it wasn't maybe the best written Marvel solo movie, the action was great. We love the action.
We liked that movie a lot.
Yeah, it shows the ferocity of and how ferocious the Hulk as a character is, and how scary the Hulk is. We always have these like Bruce Banners now is like, you know, we haven't gotten scared of the Hulk since the first Avengers. Since then there's no like the Hulk is not scary
Smart
anymore.
Hulk, let's just say Smart Hulk is pussified.
Yeah, it's
That's
pussified.
It.
Yeah. It's very
pussified. I mean,
it lacks the edge.
Even in the comics, when it was Smart Hulk was still huge.
Where you're like,
yeah,
he's an asset, but also a huge liability.
I feel like it's sort of the antithesis of a character. Like,
yes,
you've got genius Bruce Banner, who turns into a rage fueled chaos machine, and the ability for him to be able to direct that in any capacity is by itself a huge undertaking. That's interesting. When does this man really let himself lose control to go do this thing? Creating a balance out of that is a caricature of it. And and you know, here we are just talking about fucking Avengers and another problem that I have with it, but like that really bothered me. I feel like what they did with the Hulk was kind of sinful.
What I was saying is, like, my point is that we've talked about how awesome the Hulk as a character is, and this just reaffirms how awesome. Like, I'm not gonna lie, the entire movie I'm waiting for Red Hulk. I'm like, I just want to see this shit.
I want to see the Hulk. I showed up for the fucking Hulk. Where's the Hulk? We were 47 minutes into the film before we even met the villain.
Wait, hold on now.
I counted. And that wasn't even the fucking Hulk.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right with the pacing, and like I was aware of the time that this movie was passing. Like, I was aware of how far into the movie we were, and I was definitely concerned, going like, "What the fuck's happening here?"
The movie didn't do that.
Well, here's the thing: in the trailer, right? In the trailers, the Red Hulk sequences, in the background, there's these cherry blossoms, right? In the trailer, right? So, in my mind, I'm like, okay, so they made a very specific point. I looked up some information about the film. So it was when it was shot in Washington, D.C., I don't know if it was shot in Washington, D.C.
But
it takes place there, and they've planted a lot of cherry blossoms in Washington, D.C.
every spring. Yeah, every spring. No, it's a cultural thing. It's supposed to be, Japan gave us cherry blossoms to signify the peace between US and Japan. But go ahead. I'm sorry.
So in the movie, there's three, like, I'm waiting. Like, there's a part where he's at early in the film, Harrison Ford's at the cemetery. There's cherry blossoms. And I'm like, oh, here we go. Yeah. Here we go. Right? Doesn't happen. And then fucking Harrison Ford flies.
Oh, you were looking at that deep. Wow.
Yeah, he was.
Man. Dude, I was invested in I
knew Red Hulk was gonna pop, but I didn't
think that
about detail. I didn't have it memorized.
That was literally the beginning of the film.
I was looking for the fucking trees. I was all I was doing in this movie was looking at the fucking trees. Like, I was like, where the fuck's the cherry blossom? At one point, okay, so that was the first done.
This man turned into an arborist. Like, he was so excited. He was like,
trees.
Next scene. That's not the right species. No. That's not the right species of cherry blossom. But he at one point, dude flies to Japan and meets the Japanese prime minister at his place. Guess what's growing in his property? I said, oh shit, here we go. Here we go.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Didn't happen.
Nothing happened. Doesn't happen. Doesn't happen at all. This shit doesn't happen until the last probably 8 minutes of the movie. And I kid you not when I said it earlier, it's the exact same amount of time dude is in the trailers. And man, that is some of the worst green screen I have ever seen in my it's pretty bad. And Anyone who's a longtime listener of the Blrd podcast, understands that I've been criticized for my poor CGI. Like, I mean, I usually am pretty forgiving with CG. I'm pretty, I let stuff get away. This time, like with Captain, like some of these scenes, man, they stood out. Man, like I know. So doing a little.
There
research,
were some video game scenes in this movie. How long was this movie?
God, too long.
I think it's like 2.
Right? Didn't it feel like it was like a 2-hour movie?
Yeah, I think
like
it's a 2. I think it
I
is.
know it's not that.
I don't think it was that long. I don't think it wasn't
2 hours.
that long.
No, it's 2 hours.
It is 2 hours.
It's 2 hours and 4 minutes.
Holy moly! No wonder.
Yeah, but like,
no, it's not.
It is.
It's 154 because I have the file on my computer.
154.
Well, whichever. It felt
technicality, bitch. All right. Well, but yeah, man, like fucking Red Hulk. You guys know me. You give me Harrison Ford. You give me the Hulk. I should have been at full mass this entire movie, and I was
all
trying.
They needed.
I was trying.
Was Iron Fist.
Dude, no. You put Harrison Ford and a cherry blossom tree in front of me, and you better get out of the way. That's the way that's what was happening during this movie. And it just, what a wet noodle. What a limp penis. That's all I could say. I mean, without getting into specifics of situations.
The red Hulk penis. No, okay, so let's I mean, obviously, fair warning, a lot of spoilers are going to happen. Yeah, we're gonna get into it.
I'm gonna tell you that's not true.
What?
Because there's not an interesting plot twist or even a plot development in this movie.
Well, no,
there's nothing to spoil.
No, it's spoilers. There's spoilers.
It's paper thin.
It's
I guess.
So like,
the villain could be considered a spoiler if anyone knows who the villain was.
Yeah, the villain is a spoiler because they didn't really, even in the trailers, they really didn't allude to. Cover your ears if you don't want to hear it. The leader
of our reveal.
Yeah, the leader, obviously from the Incredible Hulk, is back. They obviously had a teaser of him in the Incredible Hulk movie, and now we actually saw it was given fruition in this movie. Yeah, so the leader, I think I find like the leader to be extremely dull and extremely unimaginative bad guy. I felt like the leader, it was like someone took AI and said, hey, what are some devious things? What's some devious schemes someone can come up with this script that we're going to copy and paste into it? And it literally was some of the dumbest schemes I have ever. His whole background was just dumb. Him showing up at random times to random places just felt dumb. It did not feel organic whatsoever. The one scene in particular that really catches like my ire is, well, 2 scenes actually, and they were at the very end. Was the scene where he kills the guys in the Special Forces unit. Because he's like, you're making that phone call. Where the fuck did he come from to know that is where Sam sent his sample to? He was nowhere to be found, but somehow knew that was the guy that sent the sample out to another colleague to be able to tell him the results.
If you want to start cutting plot points apart, we're going to be here a long while because I took a lot of notes on this, and let me tell, there's not a single event. Nor actions following up these events that make any freaking sense.
Well, no, I'm just talking about the leader. The 2 scenes of the leader.
Let me answer your question. You're confused about something. He's the leader, bitch. He figured it out. All right.
You know what?
He figured it out.
My bad.
He knew all probabilities.
What's your next quandary?
Okay. He knew all probabilities.
My biggest problem with this guy is that this is like this has got to be the 3rd, 4th, 5th time we've seen genius white guy who was sort of locked away, who's pulling the strings behind everything. Like they kind of do the same thing over and over with this stuff. Right?
Yeah, but they did it well. They did it. I mean, immediately I'm reminded of Baron Zemo from Civil War.
He did it better.
That's what I'm thinking of. It's just Zemo knockoff.
Yeah, but the thing, no, he's a worse.
Zemo did it way better. You're right.
Yeah, Zemo did it way better. But the second thing that I really hate about the leader is the final scene. He is like, "Hey, you ruin my plans, and the only way I can make my plans come into fruition is if I reveal myself to you right now. And it's like, why? What? You had to get yourself captured to tell Captain America that some shit is about to happen with the Red Hulk, with the president, with Thunderbolt Ross. And that is the only way you could convey that message to get Captain America to Thunderbolt Ross. For what reason?
You're thinking about it way too. I didn't even get this far into the plan for the leader.
Like I said, the plot,
probabilities.
Start
he
to
knows
finish.
the probabilities.
The whole plot hook with the very start was about the brainwashing to the presidential assassination. And there's not a single person questions that the guy who tried to shoot the president was invited to this place 5 minutes before he showed up. Like he's been planning it the whole time. We're talking about like international Black Widow, like top of the line genius assassin lady, and she's sitting here trying to pin this on him like it wasn't an obvious setup. No, every plot point through this movie freaking stinks.
But the thing is, they try to use her as like the little misconception, or the redirection.
They try and use her as and it stinks. It's not good. Screw the plot to this movie. Let's talk about what we're here for. We're here for Captain America. We're here for Hulk. We're here for action. What do we get out of these three? We get Captain America, who's not Captain America, but here's Tony Mackie.
What are you trying to say?
Here's Tony Mackie.
You know what we're saying.
In a role that. For Christ's fucking sakes. You guys are fucking worse. You guys are fucking worse.
Preach it, Snake. Preach it.
What are you trying to say, Snake?
He's saying what we're all thinking. That's what I'm saying.
That's right.
I'm saying that
Captain America's on.
They try to have him act like Captain America, and they don't bring anything interesting to the table. He's slower. He doesn't know kung fu. He doesn't, he's not able to be as strong or whatever. So he's got to rely on the shield and the suit. The shield has become the John Wick jacket. The shield is the John Wick jacket in this movie, and it's bad. It ruins a lot of the action sequences by just like magnetizing bullets and otherwise allowing him to take punches that should really shatter every bone in his body.
All the hard work that the miniseries did to kind of establish like that him picking up that shield, like that whole struggle, like I mean, for him to get there, this movie immediately undermines all of that. Yeah,
it doesn't feel like he's prepared for this.
He's prepared, or he deserves it, or he's like confident, or like a million things. I have a million doubts about him taking on this role, and we shouldn't have these doubts. I mean, one of the biggest problems here is that they've, for some reason, I mean, we need to keep talking about the villains, because like there are more than just one villain here, but like for some reason they have only
what's his name?
Giancarlo Esposito, who I also totally didn't believe is an international master assassin.
What was the name of the villain?
He's Sidewinder.
Is he Sidewinder?
Yes, he's Sidewinder is part of the Serpent Society, which was part of like Seth Rollins,
and did not sell me on that performance.
Was supposed to be another member of the Serpent Society, which is what I wanted. I wanted more like colorful villains who could fight at the level of Anthony Mackie's Captain America. They're not super soldiers, right?
Yeah.
All right, fine. Give me more colorful villains. And Captain America has a variety of like Crossbones and like Batroc the Leaper and all these like interesting special ops variation spy type superhero villains. You know what I mean? And there's a good amount of them that they could fight. For some reason, they got none of them, and they got
they kill Crossbones.
Well, what I'm saying is, I'm just like, there's a lot of villains like that.
They could choose, human villains.
Fucking go back to the Hydra Well if you want to. I mean, there's a variety of spy type villains that they could use.
You don't have to reach very far into the bucket to find something that would work for him to fight to fight against physically, and emotionally, and in a plot-driven way that would make sense, and have it all be very entertaining. Okay, you want to give me a fucking mercenary squad of like top-tier guys who have, you know, tricks and traps and all this cool stuff? Sounds like something Captain America's replacement can go fucking do. Show me. I'd have watched that. Why didn't we get that?
Hey, yes.
How did they fail with that? Like this wasn't hard to do. Like I feel like they, and I feel like a lot of this is kind of pulling the punches on the production design as well. I didn't see too many. I actually saw quite a few locations for shooting that felt like they weren't trying very hard. I feel like this movie was given a budget. I felt like we were in like a fucking back alley in Queens or something at one point when the fucking cars were blowing up or whatever. Like, I did not see interesting
back
things.
alley, dude. The Sidewinder fight was shot in some Middletown, America, over like a freaking Saturday afternoon, as fast as possible.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
it is not
they waited until everybody was in church.
You're right.
So that
there was a total of like 3 vehicles in the scene.
Well, no, that's what I'm saying. It seems like they're like, hey, normally we would get like a couple blocks.
Yeah,
all right,
like
guys,
we're squads and all this crazy shit.
Guys,
I can think of a couple locations within 10 minutes of my house where I could have shot that shit.
Guys, we only got Larry's demo lot, and we can't even get the whole lot. We're just gonna get the parking lot, but let's put some cars in some random positions and be like, oh guys, hey, this is a very let's make it look like a war zone with 3 cars, and that's literally what they did.
They maxed out the budget for like some main street in Missouri in some small town, and they're like, guys, gotta hurry up, we only got 3 hours before Main Street opens up.
We got 10 more minutes before the sun goes down.
My other favorite one was the very end of the movie, right before the not Brainiac kills the Special Forces guy. You see in the background is where Special Forces guys were all hanging out, and on the side of the building it says Delta Force Training Facility.
Yeah,
or Special Forces train, like on the side of the building, inside the walls of the place where they're all hanging. It's really drab. It's really shabby. That's
what they do. They have to put it on
this
there.
Looked like shit.
Obviously,
this looked like shit.
See, the thing is that the problem is you're not Special Forces, so you don't know how they actually operate. So
that's true, Snake. That's true.
Snake,
that's embarrassing.
Snake, stay in your lane, Snake.
Listen, as a tier 1 operator, I can definitely tell you. No,
he's like, with all the dangerous missions I have done. No, seriously, like this movie, the plot is paper thin. I mean, it is ridiculously stupid. How, and this is the thing. The good thing about Captain America, the cool thing about Captain America was that he was a super soldier. So it makes sense when people were shooting at him. Granted, all the bullets hit his shield and people weren't going for his kneecaps and so forth. Like
he was also running at 40 miles an hour. So like they were missing. It was believable.
It was believable. And that's the thing. We loved, even though he was human, he was a super soldier. We love that about Captain America. Now, I'm not saying that the Falcon can't be the new Captain America. Like some of the scenes were cool with him with his wings, and then kind of incorporating that with the shield. But yes, there does become a lesser amount of credibility when you see Anthony Mackie fighting off 40 guys in typical Captain American fashion, which it makes sense. Like he's fighting against regular ass people. So when Cap is throwing motherfuckers across the room and beating their ass, he's not killing, but taking out a whole squadron of men. You're like, and he's not winded. You're like, that's Captain. I don't know about
that. I think in this movie, the one thing I will say is they made a point of, I didn't see that when you're talking about.
You did see that. When he was in the church.
Where is he taking out? When
he was in the church.
He was getting his ass kicked. And he beat that one dude.
No. I see. The thing is, Darkseid. I don't think
on this.
No, Darkseid. You guys have obviously never been into any type of fight with multiple people. You guys.
Hey, Bo, hold on now. Come on, this is like a Friday night for me.
My bad.
When I won Kumite, when I went to Thailand.
All right. Hey, we don't talk about the Kumite. Cream, you're forgetting. You're not a special forces guy. Anthony Mackie is. In this movie, he is. He is the Captain America replacement. He's ready for this kind of all-day extended fight activity.
Of course. He can do this all day.
And I'm with Darkseid on this one. He can do this all day. He was getting his ass kicked, and I don't mind that he was getting his ass kicked.
Yeah,
I just didn't believe the fights.
Which means
they weren't selling me on him being ready. They weren't selling me on him being capable. They weren't selling me on the fights being believable or even interesting.
How many times? If he didn't have that fucking
no, Snake. Yeah. Snake, how many beers are you in right now? Because you literally just contradicted yourself. Talking about, whoa, man, yeah, he's special forces. He can fight, 24 men, no problem. I didn't believe the fights.
Getting his ass kicked all day is one thing. The fact that he was so poor at giving it back is what's killing me.
Okay, so then it wasn't believable. We watched a
whole miniseries.
No.
Yeah, of course.
You're not selling this.
I mean, a lot of his ability to survive in some of these fights. I'll be honest with you, 90% of the 90% is the fucking Red Wing. Like, no, his little drone thing does half the work for him. Like, literally, I've never seen a drone work so hard in my entire life. This thing was doing everything. It was taking out guys left and right. It was cutting wires. This
was a really great product placement ad for Duracell batteries. I mean, this thing was at least
going and going.
Two AA batteries. It at least had two AA's, and it was working overtime. I'm not gonna lie. Like, no, but what I'm saying is that at the end of the day, Snake, you are contradicting yourself. That if Captain America, like I will say, like in the past Captain America movies, right? You believed what Captain America was doing. You believed the fights that were happening. Like even with what was it? Winter Soldier when he fought GSP, right? Mm-hmm. You kind of took that as to an extent serious. Now he could whip GSP's ass. Sure, he could. Captain America, when he gets really pissed off, could have just ripped him apart. So we know Captain was playing with him to an extent and trying to be fair to him. But no, Falcon was getting his ass. This is like the typical thing of you see people like the John Wicks, right? Shooting and killing hundreds of people in one movie, and the worst thing he gets is it gets shot in the ankle one time, and that you'd be like, okay, come on, like the Jack is doing all the work. Now I can believe it. The vibranium suit did help out a lot. If that is the reason why he did so well, the vibranium suit or Red Wing, however you want to say it, that's fine. But the thing is,
Red Wing.
Yeah, the thing is like
carrying the movie. Red Wing, yeah,
right. Brave New World, Red Wing, yeah.
I want a poster with just fucking Red Wing fighting the Red Hulk, because that's what this movie should have been.
Red Wing's gonna carry the shield next.
Yeah, no, it's like I said, it was fine.
Red Wing earned that shield. God damn it!
This is a fantasy series, right? So of course you're gonna have the small guy. I mean, we haven't even gotten to the widow. What is it? What are they called? The widow, being able to take out, and she's worse. Like Scarlett Johansson at least was a little bit bigger. You have literally the midget
is the worst. She is the worst. Like, not only was her character infuriating, like the decisions that character was making, I couldn't stand this character. Like through the whole movie,
she made dumb decisions throughout the entire
movie. The whole core of the character is to be despised by the audience. It's not.
They did it the wrong way. It's like it
the wrong way.
Like if you're gonna despise her, I'd rather despise her and be like I said, a redirection where you think she's really the bad guy. And like, okay, we can obviously see she's the bad guy, and then comes to find out, she's just really looking out for the president. She knows some secrets about him, and she's trying to protect him. But she turned to be the most incompetent, most incompetent widow we've ever seen, and somehow her literal 4'2" frame was going through decimating grown ass men, like flipping them around and doing all this stuff, and like looking at.
All right,
and then
it's not so much the 4'2" frame. It's the fact that, like, I mean,
She was the runt.
Every time she was on
screen, she's the runt of the litter.
Black Widow litter.
Yeah, she really was.
They made this like
she made you upset.
But well, they did this thing in the movie where they're like they made you like dislike her. Oh, she's getting in the way. Oh, she's like really like you really want to dislike this character. And then at a certain point in the movie, she joins up with her main guys, and you're supposed to like be like, oh, she's part of the team now.
She gets a redemption arc, and then they throw her away.
Yeah, she's okay. I'm sorry. She's 5'2", not 4'2".
Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, either way, but she like what redemption arc did she get?
She didn't get one.
You just said it. She joins up with the good guys. She understands that she misplaced her trust. She knows who's on the right side.
Oh,
and
by the
way,
guys,
she blows protocol out of the water.
I just contradicted myself. I was talking shit. We were talking shit about her.
Yeah.
Scarlett Johansson is only 5'3".
I told you they put her on stilts for that.
Standard. That's the standard widow height. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I guess I'm dead. That's wrong. Yeah, she's 5. So Shira Haas is 5'2", and Scarlett Johansson is 5'3". But then you look at I can't show.
So here's the comparison. How tall is Tony Mackie, and how tall is Chris
Evans?
Captain America? Evans.
Okay, so all right, Anthony Mackie. Let's see. I feel like he's at least 5'10". Yeah, he's 5'10".
And he's
wow.
And I think Chris Evans is like 5.
Huge.
I think he's either 5'11" or 6 feet. Chris Evans.
Yeah,
he's
like
6 feet. He's 6 feet.
Yeah.
So they're roughly the same height. But yeah, especially as a person that's like 5'10".
The heels are really
like
carrying Scarlett Johansson in that one.
Well, yeah, Scarlett Johansson, but
the heels are adding 6 inches.
But the thing is that when you look at Scarlett Johansson, she's fuller, right? She has she has a more muscular build. And so the thing is that
at no point did I ever think she looked muscular.
No, she's more like she looks like she could have trained, right? Shira Haas, they look like she didn't train one day in her life.
You're right.
And they just threw her on set and said, you're a widow now. Pretend like you're athletic and you can take on men that are 5'10", 6 feet, and you can flip them like they're nothing. That's the difference.
Right. She's less athletic for sure. And it just, you're right. It is weird when she does start doing some of those moves, like just being a widow is just like magic or something. But yeah, she definitely looks like someone has a desk job for many, many years and is basically built for that. And it's such a weird turn when she shows up and starts doing all these cool moves and stuff. And not only that, like, I mean, she like doesn't really end up doing anything at the end of the movie. Like, I mean, she figures out she's wrong by reviewing the video. She's watching the video over and over again. And I was like, dude, get there faster. I mean, it's so like, it's the same thing everyone's looking at. Like how much evidence is she reviewing that she's like trying to figure out this mystery? Is it that?
You make a good point. How much of this movie was people watching like videos on their phone or security footage or like news? Like this whole movie was
Harrison Ford spent 90% of the movie on the phone.
Oh, we got a president who does that right now.
Well, let's move on. You know, from Shira Haas. I mean, she did what she could, and honestly, like her character was meant to be hated. Yeah, her character was meant to be hated. Congratulations, you're hated. Maybe not for the reasons. And the thing is, like, I don't think like her acting was mid, but I mean, it wasn't absolutely horrible. And the thing is like, I can't blame her. I don't want to put the blame on her. I'll put the blame on the writing. The writing was terrible. Was terrible for her character. And it was, like I said, I keep saying the word redirection. The misdirection and redirection that they were trying to do with her character was just suboptimal at best. It was like, at first she had a strong showing at first. Like, you know, here's this person who's coming up and is like the right-hand person of the president, and like you kind of like see there she's putting up barriers and starting kind of like conflict between Captain America and Thunderbolt Ross. So it's just like it's this weird dynamic that's happening. And that started well. It started good, but then afterwards it just turned into shit. But let's talk about Harrison Ford.
Let me ask you a question.
Go ahead.
Remove her character from the movie entirely.
Nothing's lost.
Nothing changes.
Yeah, nothing's lost from the film.
Nothing changes. Yeah.
Literally nothing changes.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Like I said, I don't blame her, and I feel like
it's bad. She adds nothing.
She adds nothing. Yeah.
That is it is. Well, she's pure filler, and at 90 pounds and 5'2", that's very funny filler.
It's becoming very obvious in this movie that like they were using the Winter Soldier as like a template for like this movie, because in that movie you had Cap, Cap, Black Widow, and Bucky, right? Like, so you had three. Anthony Mackie was also in that. So you have like a trio trying to go up against this conspiracy type situation. So it really felt like they were just trying to like do the same thing again, except they failed with all these like extra new characters added, like the new Falcon. What do you guys think of the new Falcon? I don't even remember his name.
I don't remember his name either.
Do you guys like it?
Yeah, Diogo or fucking what the fuck was his name?
All I know is Diego.
Dora the Explorer.
Yeah. I think he was. I think all I know about him is I think he's Puerto Rican, right? That's the only thing I took away, and I could be wrong about that because I have no idea. Could be Cuban for all I know.
Joaquin Torres. I'm an asshole. Sorry about that.
All right, no worries. But
I don't think that's
another character added into this movie that just doesn't work. And it's like, again, they tried to like just basically recreate Winter Soldier, and it's just like a more obvious copy character that just is built for just a couple scenes.
Well, this character was in the mini series to some degree, but this very much felt like apparently I don't remember, but this very much felt like the studio said like, well, he's a superhero, he needs a sidekick.
Well, the thing is, the problem is that they're trying to do what I think this is what you're trying to say, Darkseid, is that for the Winter Soldier, you had Bucky. Bucky was obviously the deadpan character. You know, we come to love him. Or no, I'm sorry, Civil War. Bucky was the deadpan character, very serious, but his seriousness was the comedic effect. And then you had Anthony Mackie, who was the complete opposite. And that type of dynamic was the comedic duo that made Civil War so iconic to an extent of like their relationship. And then that carried over to Falcon and Winter Soldier, where they doubled down on that. Now with this movie, with the Winter Soldier, Bucky being gone, they're getting another person with now Mackie is becoming the more serious one. Because now the weight is really on his shoulders. He's kind of in between a Bucky and Cap and himself. And then you have Ramirez, who is now the comedic funny one. He is now the Falcon in all true sense of what the Falcon has been throughout the entire series, which was kind of the funny guy who spoke his mind and so forth. But he's done to a higher degree of like, he's just mostly jokes. He's not really like, at least, you know, Mackie was like, hey, I'm gonna say the real shit that no one wants to say and blah, blah, blah. And that's why I just felt like Ramirez is kind of a caricature of what the original Falcon, his character type was. And I kind of didn't like that to an extent because I felt like you already had that with Mackie. Mackie's always been that character of I'm going to say kind of the funny shit of like what people are really thinking at the time and say in a funny way. Now Ramirez has kind of just turned up a little bit more from him. And it's like you have these two comedic duos and it's just like, does it really work as well? And we could tell that it doesn't work. Right. It's not as endearing because when you see the scene with Bucky come into literally for 3 minutes, Bucky came in, I felt that heartwarming. Like, okay, our duo is back, the Bucky and Falcon. That I was like, it felt great. Like, you know, like you're not supposed to be here, like blah blah blah. And he was like, yeah, I miss you too, buddy. And sorry I couldn't be there. And it felt natural. Well, Ramirez and Bucky, or Ramirez and Falcon, it doesn't, or Captain America now, it doesn't feel. It feels like instead of buddy cop, like a buddy cop scene. It was just like, I don't know. It felt off. It didn't feel. You're
right. They have the same comedic like style. So it's like you're right. There's no like
no break
dynamic. There's not really a back and forth, and there's not really any one upping, and there's nothing dynamic about it. You say you're trying to sell me on him trying to be the more serious one, but like he also has all of the cheesiest bad one-liners in every fight.
Well, that's the thing.
So I feel like they had no idea what to do with
they did have
this
some
character.
Like 90s action movie taglines throughout the movie, I recall.
It was really bad.
Yeah. I was just waiting for the high five and the explosion in the background. Freeze frame.
If they had cranked it up to 11 with some cheese, I might have fucking believed it. Like if he was really starting to let himself go into like some really happy-go-lucky shit with Joaquin. Yeah, maybe, but not even close. It felt like they had no idea what to do with these guys.
I think they like the dynamic would have been way better if like there was a rivalry or like a animosity between the two. Yeah, I mean, if you want to just go pretty much just try to do the same thing where it's like he thinks he's better or like he's trying to he's arrogant or something to give this kid an edge where it's like, you know, to play off
disagree on plot points. I think you're doing it wrong. I think you're too close to it. Like, give him something to fight about.
Yeah. And they've done that. And that's the thing is, you say that, but they kind of already done that before with Civil War. Like with the Bucky situation, that's literally what Cap said, or either it's Cap or Natasha has said to Captain America. They were like, "Hey, you're a little too close," and it was with Bucky with the whole situation. Like, you're a little too close. Like, Cap, you need to back off. So I don't think they could necessarily have done that, but I get what you're saying.
No,
like, they should have.
No. This whole we literally said this whole movie is they're trying to copy another movie. So why don't you just fucking copy that? It's like they copied. The movie, but they decided not to copy the good parts and
if I'm gonna copy someone's homework, I'm gonna get the answers right. I'm gonna rewrite them, but I'm gonna get the answers right.
Yeah, right. I mean, what I'm saying is that at the end of the day, like they could have done that, and I think they tried to. I think they truly did try to. I think they just went too far on one side instead of going with the formula that worked before. What made Infinity War, all these things like Civil War, great. Part of it was the dynamic of Bucky with Falcon. It was great to see, you know, almost like a good cop, bad cop. Like almost, you know, a good example would be what's that movie?
Cash?
What's that movie with Mel Gibson and Danny Glover?
Laverne and Shirley.
Lethal Weapon. Yeah, close. Laverne and Shirley, so close. Yeah, Lethal Weapon. That's literally the dynamic between Lethal Weapon, right? You have Mel Gibson's character who is a little bit more jolly, crazy one.
The cookie one.
You have Danny Glover who's more like, I'm too old for this shit.
Racist, crazy cop.
Yeah, well, he's too old for that shit.
Yeah, he's too old for this shit. He's more of the serious one. So that's a dynamic that works. You can't have two Mel Gibsons into it because then you just get crazy and it's like, fuck, like this is a little too much. There's no time to really turn it off. You need rest from that. And by the time we got the rest was at the end of the movie when things got a little bit more serious with the Red Hulk showing up. And I was a little too late at that point to do something like that. Like the whole fake conflict of Falcon Squared is kind of late. Like at that point, it's like the whole dynamic of he got knocked out of the sky because he tried to knock a missile out of the air or whatever. It just doesn't really it doesn't hit as hard. You should have just kept him throughout the entire thing and let Red Hulk like put him into the ICU or actually really hurt him and retire his ass.
No, we can't show Red Hulk that early in the movie. Are you crazy? Halfway through? Oh, you're crazy.
Too many.
No way.
We put him in all the advertisements. We got to save him for the last 15 minutes.
Which, can we talk about Harrison Ford?
Wait, real quick. Before we go to Harrison Ford, real quick.
We're going to shit on him.
Where we're still on, you watch your dirty mouth before you say what you're about to say.
I'm sorry.
No, before we jump off Falcon here, I will say this. I did like the action sequence in the Indian Ocean where it was like Top Gun, basically. They're just I like the idea of it. I wish they did more cool shit like with like what they are. Like he's got the shield. He's got these. It was too safe. It didn't feel like
It was all too sad. They gave him the captain mantle. They gave him the shield. They gave him a goddamn super suit, and I don't feel like they did anything interesting with any of it. They gave him a couple of fucking weird purple energy powers that didn't make a whole lot of sense to me. And use those as like bailouts, which felt super cheap. And otherwise, they didn't do anything interesting.
Do you know where that's from?
He struggled so hard.
Snake, do you know where that's from?
Or what's from?
The purple stuff. Like where that came from.
Something about vibranium and Wakanda.
Yeah,
that's all I know.
It was from
the flower.
Black Panther. Well, Black Panther, no, the purple thing. Remember his suit when he took kinetic energy, he could disperse it out. That was explained in Black Panther.
But they never. Okay, so let's talk about that. The wings, like, okay. There's a part.
I kind of just dismissed it as shitty CG effects that they were trying to be colorful. I was like, all right.
No. Okay, so what did they do? So the whole point of that is it absorbs, like you said, the kinetic energy. It's able to like deflect it back. When does he fucking use that at any use? He does
the Hulk when he stabs him with the wing at the end. What are you talking about, bitch?
Yeah, right.
He also like
wrong, bitch. No.
He does it like twice in the movie. He does it feels shitty both times.
Yeah, he does it earlier in the movie, and he did it in the very first fight scene. He might have done it one other time, and then
but not in a. Okay, you have these fucking vibranium wings. Use them in a creative like way, and I was expecting something cool to happen in that air sequence. Like, he's like literally.
You're asking too much for a very mediocre movie.
I know, but
I always go back to Kung Fu. Show me flashy shit. Show me that. Show me. You want to tell me that he's accepted Captain America, that he's trained as a soldier, and he's gonna take this on and try to protect the fucking world. Show me that he's created something out of himself. Use the suit interestingly. Show me that he's trained and in fluid with it. Give it. Show me Captain America Kung Fu. Show me Suit Fu. I don't fucking care. Be fun. It wasn't fun.
There was a little bit of that with the wings. Like, I mean, there was a little bit of
enough.
Unique.
I think they could have done some real cool shit with it.
The Hulk fight really is where they highlighted the wings.
Yeah, the Hulk fight was
which felt shitty to me.
No way.
Okay. There's a bunch of people and shit with
the fucking Hulk. Okay, we'll get to the Hulk fight, but like, which is nothing. Okay,
wait, before that, before we get to the Hulk,
in regards to like usage of the wings. That's what I think when it was used the most.
Yes, yeah, no.
Yeah, all right.
Well, can we talk about Harrison Ford?
I'm not saying
not.
I'm just saying usage was.
Harrison Ford was such a waste.
Yes,
was such a waste of an actor.
You know, you want to know why we didn't get good location shooting? Because we paid for Harrison Ford to be here.
Yeah, basically.
Pretty much. That was probably Harrison be like, "You want me? I'm gonna have to be in one place." You're gonna have to work with it.
But no,
first rule of working with Harrison Ford is you need to accept he does not want to be wherever he is right now, and he needs to just get it over with. And you're absolutely right. They probably had him stand in one place and move the sets around him to make it look like he was walking, because he will not do shit. Now,
every shot of like 90% of the shots of him were either in an office, in a bunker, in a war room, in a war room turned to like it was all. Like, you're right. They could have just changed all the props around him and done 90% of his movie.
90% of his scenes was him just talking or talking on the phone. That was literally all he was doing.
Well, the thing is, you guys are going in a totally different direction than I was going. You guys have to remember, Harrison Ford is fucking 82. He's 82. Probably when it was shot, he was probably 80. You
CG,
guys,
his bitch ass.
Yeah.
Damn good.
CG is
damn good.
To be fair, he's looking
old.
But to be fair, he does look good for his age. And the fact that he's still acting in the capacity that he is, I gotta give him. Yeah. He did for his performance. His performance in of itself was good. Like I could when I saw that, I was like, that's Harrison Ford, baby. Like that's what we got. Yeah. The problem is that the writing behind his character was some of the most god awful shit I've ever seen.
It was pretty bad.
Like, that was every character in the movie.
No. I
want to get to the Hulk fight.
No, we have to talk about him to get to the Hulk fight. This is the thing. What I hate about his character was that the whole premise of him being in this movie was so shoddily done. Like, I went to the mastermind, or the leader who was the mastermind behind all of this. And I'm going to trust this guy. I'm dying. I'm going to trust this guy to give me pills, right? I don't know why I'm going to trust this man, but I'm going to trust him to save me when no one else can. All of a sudden, hey, this is Valtrex, for your herpes medication. You might have side effects like vomiting, throwing up. You might just shit blood. But hey, at least you won't have any flare-ups. Valtrex. This is the shit that he went through. It's like, oh, you're gonna take some pills to fix your heart. Oh man, some signs is that you're gonna get really angry for no reason and be able to punch holes into tables. You can be able to bend pipes with your bare hands, but you're gonna have no idea what the hell's happening to you. Like, you're just going to ignore the side effects that you have. Is mind-boggling to me. And then the fake ass, like, oh man, I have these unresolved issues with my daughter, and then on top of that, I just get angry all of a sudden. I don't know why I'm so angry, and then it didn't make any sense. Now this is what leads up to the Red Hulk situation, and then we can talk about Red Hulk. The whole idea of him getting angry because the truth is starting to come out, and they're grabbing him. He's like, "Let go of me!" He's just getting angry for no reason. It did not feel believable. It felt like the most forced bullshit I've ever seen. Like that scene where he's supposed to be in the garden talking, and I don't know, it's supposed to be the front, in the front lawn, back lawn of it. So
the cherry blossom garden.
Yeah, cherry blossom garden. Hey, what's going on, Black Girls Hack? She says
one of many cherry blossom garden scenes, I'm assuming, according to Dark Side.
She said, "Hey, Cream, you look pretty. Thank you so much. Thank you for hanging out with the."
Why are we lying to him like that?
That's biased.
Yeah, biased. No, it's nothing biased about it. It is 100% facts. But no, that whole scene, like them trying to garner anger out of him to force the Red Hulk situation, it felt very forced, and I really hated that, because this could have been something done masterfully, where we have the Red Hulk and the Red Hulk appears and we feel like it was earned. This didn't feel earned whatsoever.
It's such a cool idea that the president of the United States is a Red Hulk. Like the idea of it is cool. Like,
absolutely awesome.
And I was thinking about, like, how are they going to do this movie? Like, before the movie came out, I was like, oh, Red Hulk goes on a rampage, and the movie's about them trying to keep under wraps that the fucking president of the United States is Red Hulk. Or another idea I had is like, they've gotten to a point where to prevent assassinations, they've given him the ability to transform at Red Hulk to survive anything, which is another cool idea. But like, you're absolutely right. Like, he's fighting this rage, this anger, to cover up this stupid conspiracy. And yes, the character Thunderbolt Ross has rage issues. That's correct to the character. And it's like supposed to play off like, the Hulk's rage issues, and this man is not fit to be president. I wish they went into like some of the, like, how did he even get to the fucking primary? I don't understand. He's
hold on. Wait, did you just ask that?
What?
I think he's trying to say.
Did you really just ask that?
In this political climate, are you surprised?
Oh, yeah, we have real life proof of something.
All right. That's true. All right, he did say that he was going to lower the price of eggs. Maybe that's why he became president. Maybe. I don't know. We didn't hear his whole stump speech and everything.
He was gonna give everybody adamantium, is what he told everybody.
Yeah, you get it. You get it. Like, somebody's gonna be a Weapon X. Yeah, somebody's gonna be a Weapon X in this bitch. We don't know who is. We're gonna do a lottery for it.
But anyways, you're right. Going back to what you were saying, Cream, you're absolutely right that like you had all this cool, like, this character, the ability to turn into Red Hulk. And they, like, the catalyst for it is a stupid, really dumb conspiracy that's just
convoluted beyond convolution.
Absolutely, even when it gets revealed to the public,
complicated.
Yes, and they skipped the whole part. They entirely skipped the world finding out, because even when the world finds out, it's like, what? It's so convoluted. Even like they get to that point, they'll just gloss over it and jump right to jail, basically.
Yeah.
So a much more interesting movie would be what happens the day after this movie ends?
Yeah, who's the
when
vice
the
president?
world loses its freaking mind?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Fucking
yeah,
the
that's
president.
interesting. You're right.
President is Red Hulk.
The president was a Red Hulk, and it's not new. It's been that way for a while. What the actual fuck is going on?
To be fair, in this one, he didn't know he was a Hulk. He had no idea.
To be fair, though, how proud would you be to be an American that day when you find out
I'm
your
not
fucking
going to lie.
is a fucking Red Hulk?
Yo, I'm buying all the merch.
USA. I'll be on the roof. I mean, let's be honest. Red Hulk would get immediately reelected. Let's be honest.
Instantly.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, there's no way
he's show of power, baby.
Because I think in the reality in that universe, I don't know if Red Hulk is immortal. Is he? I know he. I'm pretty sure he ages super slow.
White Hulk.
Red Hulk.
Who wants to be blue?
Is there a White Hulk?
A white? I think there's multicolors. I know there's an orange Hulk.
There's multicolors of Hulk. But like the Red Hulk is the one that kicked off the trend of another color outside of gray. But anyways, he's the same character in the comics, and I don't remember. This was like 10, 15 years ago when they did this Red Hulk story. But either way, what a cool, just to have fucking Red Hulk. I was just proud to be an American. Just fucking hell yeah, that's my president up there. Fucking tearing up the place. Like, I wish he flew into like fucking Congress and just like tore it up, man. That would have been awesome.
I wish for that every day.
Been insane. He just collapses everything.
He just kills all kinds of senators and his opposition and kills the Supreme Court. I was like, it's oddly satisfying to watch this.
Yeah, so this is the thing. Like, Red Hulk has a lot of powers. So obviously, we know that he gets super hot. He doesn't operate the same as the Green Hulk.
Yeah, he's hot.
Yeah, he doesn't operate. The more anger he gets, he just gets. He doesn't get stronger, but he gets hotter. The Red Hulk is immortal. So that's the thing. Is like there's so many cool things they could have done with the Red Hulk and so forth. And they started to. Like, I'm not gonna lie, when I saw the Red Hulk pop off, I was like, oh shit! Like, it kind of got real because we've never seen the Hulk actually attack a regular human, right? We've seen Hulk versus Thor, and we've seen Thor versus Iron Man. But I'm saying
he's attacked he's attacked humans. Remember,
he's about to attack. No, I'm talking about actually fight a human. He's never fought any human.
No, he did. Remember in fucking Incredible Hulk where he fucking kicks that dude who becomes the Abomination? Remember he just
he did. Oh yeah, that's true.
That was awesome.
That was awesome. No, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah,
that was a pretty good.
I want to watch that movie again so bad now.
But no, what I was gonna say is that's the whole fight scene with the Red Hulk. It was great for what it was because it showed this is one of the Hulk movies. That little scene really showed the destructive power of what the Hulk can do on a very small scale. And this is not even the strongest Hulk and by pure strength. So the fact that he did the clap and pretty much destroyed the front of the White House or the back of the White House like it was nothing. And then just pretty much just jumped through the White House was so cool. But they just did not capitalize on it. And I feel like when they wrote this script, they wrote everything. They wrote that scene first. They wrote okay, the Hulk is going to destroy the Oval Office and then go on to the Potomac and fight there with cherry blossoms. And then they work backwards. How the fuck do we get to this point? Because that's what it felt like. It felt like the whole movie was dead until really this point. This point was the true culmination of the movie. And I felt like this is not something we should have waited on for this long, right? I felt like there was, even with the Incredible Hulk, right? We saw there was every scene that the Hulk showed up in, like when he was in the campus and he fought off the army. That was really some dope ass scenes. Then obviously the big battle with the Hulk at the end, that was really awesome. We didn't get any of that. There was really not a lot of that. Now, I guess for the Captain America, Brave New World, the focus needs to be on Captain America. I guess the F-35 scene or whatever gestals were, that was kind of, you have to have Captain America be kind of the centerpiece. So that was cool within itself. But I felt like the action overall wasn't that great. until the Hulk.
Captain America should have been the centerpiece of the whole movie, and the whole movie was them trying to get me into side characters that weren't interesting, that weren't given backstory, and that I don't fucking care about. It's got Captain America in the goddamn name, and I don't feel like Captain America was given the time of day.
Yeah. Or it wasn't given the proper writing that he really deserved.
No, they threw they didn't give him the time. They certainly didn't give him the writing. I feel like it was a total disrespect to the Captain America franchise. I feel like it was a total underutilization of Anthony Mackie, who is I feel like he's not a bad actor. He's been in a lot of really good stuff. I feel like Hollywood doesn't know what the hell to do with him over the last 10 years.
Well, that's the same. The same is true for almost every character in this movie. They're all like potentially really interesting, even from like talking about Red Hulk, talking about the leader, talking about like Sidewinder, talking about like Captain America. They're all potentially very interesting characters. Just the whole structure and plot of this movie just wasted every single person in a way that, like I said, makes me less of a fan of Anthony Mackie's Captain America. Makes me want to see, like, I absolutely am not interested in the sequel to Captain America.
No, I don't want to see it.
And that's a bad take. And I know he's going to be like potentially leading a new team of Avengers or whatever that's going to be.
Makes me less excited for that now.
Yeah, I feel like, okay, I immediately go, okay, who's the other option to lead the Avengers? I'm like, oh, Captain Marvel. Okay, all right, we'll go back to Anthony Mackie here, because like there's not a lot of good options out there. Fuck, can we bring Hawkeye out of retirement? Like, it's not looking good out there for our heroes.
They have the person that took after Hawkeye. What's her name?
Oh, Kate Bishop. She's actually a great character. I like her. Actually, I'm waiting to see. I'm waiting to see more of like her. There's a generation. There's like another generation after the ones that are the successor generation that is way more interesting to me than the next group of Avengers. They're not that exciting, and I think that fucking Dr. Doom is gonna clean house on a lot of people if this is all they have to offer.
I don't see how they're going to even go against Dr. Doom, because, like, honestly, who can really stand up to Dr. Doom? Like,
well, they're gonna have to bring back Chris Evans. It's clearly it's obvious now. Chris Evans will have to come back to fucking pull these people together, because this is really rough.
But what I'm saying is, Dr. Doom, I don't think a lot of people understand, like, for the casual Marvel fans. Now, I'm pretty casual myself too, but I mean, I know.
Underground's out
he's,
there.
He's real casual.
We're at Underground.
Yeah. No, but like I don't think people understand the scale of Dr. Doom. Like, Dr. Doom has literally made Thanos his bitch. Like, literally was holding like the spine of Thanos. Like, this is not, Dr. Doom is not, like, you thought Thanos was a in-game character. Dr. Doom is absolutely destruction incarnate, and I don't see how, like, he would have been
for a casual nobody. How?
Because he actually, like, he's smart. Think of like Tony Stark. Like, think of the deviousness of Tony Stark. Tony Stark.
All I ever see is the alcoholism of that time that the sentient Iron Man tried to screw him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's an actual thing that fucking
for Tony
happened.
Stark.
Tony Stark.
Iron Man did try to fuck Tony Stark at one point.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, okay. Well, yeah, you're right. Dr. Doom is a very, like, he's very versatile. Like, he's
like Tony Stark. Think of like the genius of Tony Stark with the magic of Doctor Strange.
Doctor Strange, yeah.
But it's devious. He's actually like going to use like
cutting edge technology mixed with magic.
And he's actually
all
evil.
Being held by like really, really smart. He's not evil. He's just, here's the thing. He's not evil because the people that live in Latvia or whatever have really good lives.
Yeah.
It's just he wants to be the guy in charge by whatever means necessary. So if he has to, like, let's say, kill 1 million people to take whatever, he'll do it.
Yeah. Well, he's a okay, maybe not evil in the sense like
not evil.
Well, I'll say evil.
I was gonna say
not evil in the sense
evil, but not
evil,
but
not like
sorry, not like Thanos, where like, oh, I'm gonna snap half to teach them a lesson. There's like a more like there's an actual
he wants
an attainable goal. Yeah.
He wants to make
he wants to improve everyone's lives by doing the most horrible shit in the world.
Well, I think like no, that's like just evil incarnate. Right, that's just the evil, like God, an evil existence. He is the darkness. Like he's just evil. And you have a guy.
Let's say Null came, right, Doctor Doom. If he's like, all right, this really is gonna be bad for me, he would literally team up with whoever it would be to go against Null. He's that type of villain.
Yeah,
he will occasionally team up with the heroes if it benefits him.
But he's so smart. And like he's not one of those smart like villains that will be like, oh, I'm going to tell you my master plan, and I'm just going to do this, and oh no, you beat me. I mean, of course, comic books are comic books, but he's actually smart. So that's the thing. Is like
going back to like what we're talking about, like when they do like,
they're gonna need the Fantastic Four.
Yeah, they're gonna need like everybody. They're gonna need the fucking X-Men. They're gonna need like everybody to eat, just to make it not only like in the realm of the story here, just to make it interesting, because
fair.
All these guys is boring.
It's boring. Like like the charisma,
the new guy, the psychic, charisma, whatever. Everyone, the villains are boring. The leader was boring.
Leader was really
boring. And everyone's boring.
Yeah, it's definitely lacked a little bit of charisma from the entire cast, and when you look at the what's left of the MCU, the potential Avengers, I mean, they did a lot of heavy lifting. Those those actors in the beginning, their charisma really carried a lot of those the dynamics. And when you come to whoever's left, I mean, literally think about it. It's Falcon, Captain Marvel. It's fucking I don't even know if Thor's still part of it, but he's there. The pussified Banner. Like, I mean, just Ant-Man. Like, think about
Agatha, it just the Billy Maximoff. Billy Maximoff doesn't have the same swag and same can't carry as good as Wanda did. I mean, the new cast just doesn't have the same charisma, and it's sad because it's like, we spent 10 years with this other cast, them building up and so forth. Chris Evans turning into the perfect Captain America, comic book to real life, literally perfect Captain America. Tony Stark, same thing. Like a perfect Tony Stark, a perfect Iron Man. You have Bruce Banner, let's throw him away. Thor becoming a very not necessarily comic book accurate Thor. Actually in the beginning, sure, I would say he was more comic book accurate with the I'm a guy and I'm like great and I'm mighty type of
that is more comic book accurate than what ended up happening to him. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, so I'm saying in the beginning he was I would have
much preferred that Thor went straight to like Norse mythology accurate, where he just became a drunken, rage-filled asshole.
Sure, yeah. That you didn't play God of War then. That's what you want. But yeah, that's the thing. Is like these characters became beloved characters. I don't feel the same sentiment with this new Marvel. And I mean, we have Ironheart. Hasn't still come out yet. It's still been being delayed.
I don't even know. Yeah, I don't even know.
Man, that was supposed to come out so long ago.
So many years ago. And I'm like,
they're getting cold feet, man.
Yeah, because I'm like, she's supposed to be kind of the replacement for Tony Stark. Not really getting that anymore. Yeah, it was.
We're getting.
And you know what I was
Tony
thinking?
Stark 2.0.
Yeah, Black Panther is being recasted now as Shuri. Yeah, they said that they're finding another actor. Yeah, they're gonna replace Black Panther. They don't know how they're gonna do it.
They gotta age up that kid real fast. Like
what I think they're gonna do is gonna have with Doctor Doom with time travel. There are people thinking like there has to be something where he comes through from another universe.
They're going to the time travel well again.
They're gonna have to.
Marvel.
Yeah. It's a gift that keeps on giving.
Okay, everything's alternate universes now. It's back to Doctor Strange. Fuck it. God, that shit bores the shit out of me.
Yeah,
it's boring. It's getting boring.
Yeah, it's getting boring.
When anything is possible, nothing feels risky.
Right.
Yeah. Very true.
Yeah.
Very true.
So I mean, I don't know what the future of the MCU is. I thought I was going to get really excited with this, but
what I was thinking is like, they kind of did this with Spider-Man, the Tom Holland Spider-Man movies, where because we've had like at this point before the Tom Holland, we had 6 Spider-Man movies, right? Something like that, or no, 5.
Five
Spider-Man movies. All right, it's basically we know Spider-Man, so like. And I thought it was real brilliant. They like paired him with somebody in every movie. Like you had Iron Man in the first one, you had Doctor Strange in another one. So like it led to this interesting dynamic. What a missed opportunity in this movie, especially with the power difference between Anthony Mackie not having any superpower and him fighting a Red Hulk. Why didn't you just have like Banner come in and like, to this whole movie, this whole movie, I'm thinking like, where is the world's leading expert in gamma radiation and technology? Like, I mean, you'd think
a huge follow-up question that I forgot to ask this whole hour here.
Yeah, go ahead.
Where the fuck was the Winter Soldier?
He was on.
Why is Bucky a fucking senator?
I have no idea.
I thought the same thing.
Good question. Blrd podcast, the combined strength of the Blrd podcast. Does anyone know why he's running for Congress?
No idea.
Worse than that, after everything those two have had together, now is the time for him to be there.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can't think of a more moment. Like the fucking president is like, what is a bigger threat?
President.
Yeah,
I can't think of a bigger threat, but he's got to run for Congress. All right. I mean, look, the polls are not looking good. He had to be on the road. He's got to go to Wisconsin. All right.
The plot demanded it.
To be fair, he is now running with the Thunderbolts. So, I mean, are these two events happening at the same time, and that's why he couldn't show up? Or
I have rapport with him in the previous MCU. I have rapport with him in the current MCU with the cast of characters. We've already established some of them in this movie. Most importantly, the new Captain America. I have no idea who any of the Thunderbolts are right now who aren't Bucky. So why is that precedence?
Well, the thing is this. Now, we're talking about some crazy shit happening.
I'm kind of drunk. So, like, you got me heated. God damn it.
Yeah, we know.
No, you're not gonna sell this to me.
No. I'm going to sell it to you this way. I'm going to sell it to you in this way. Grant, you don't know anybody in the Thunderbolts. That's fine. The next person
they've been introduced to me before this movie.
They have. They've introduced everybody except for the one person that is the bad guy in the Thunderbolts, Sentry. So that's the thing. If I'm going to choose Bucky, to be fair, in any situation where a metahuman needs to be, I'm going to have him with the Thunderbolts technically, because if you're talking about who's going to be a more global threat between Thunderbolt Ross, the Red Hulk, or Sentry, and he's Dark Sentry or the Void, I'm going to choose Bucky to be with.
Yeah, but I mean, you know what he's saying. Like,
I know what he's saying. Yeah.
The immediate threat, and also your buddy, like to help your fucking buddy. Like this undermines the buddy aspect of these two buddies. Like, what a bad buddy! What a bad buddy!
Together in the same room.
They were in the same town.
Help.
Bad friend for sure.
Bad friend.
Yeah, bad friend. He's horrible. Absolutely horrible.
They ruined Bucky too. Like, this movie's on a rampage.
It really
is. They ruined Bucky, and he was only there for a minute.
Yeah. But I'm not gonna lie, didn't we all get the warm and fuzzy when Bucky showed up? Like, I wasn't expecting that.
It was good to see him, but yeah, like I was like, where are you going? This is the darkest hour for your buddy.
Yeah, but isn't it
Where
funny?
Where are you going?
He was busy campaigning,
kissing babies.
I know.
He had to attend a rally in Pensacola.
The MAGA rally.
I know.
He's in the MAGA rally.
Like, he's on the stage.
He was busy just spitting hateful speech.
Walking around with a chainsaw, like yeah.
Oh yeah, that would be great. Cut to Bucky rallying against fucking immigrants and gangs and
just starts talking mad shit about fucking Captain America. It is like, look, it's for optics, man. You know I don't care. Yeah, but I just have to say that on stage. That's what they eat up.
Yeah, but no, it's crazy. It's crazy where the current state of Marvel is. This was supposed to be. I thought this was going to be a very hard, but this was going to be a home run for Marvel.
I thought it was going to be a slam dunk too. I was like, you had fucking Red Hulk. You have like this. Everyone's kind of like ready to want to get back into the Marvel groove. And like I said, you don't need to make fucking The Dark Knight. You just need to aim at entertaining with the capital E. And it has to be like, they got the dumb part right as far as the plot goes. They just failed at the fun part. Yeah. Like, I mean, you know what I mean? Like
the fun parts were... I felt like the fun parts were honestly the very first fight scene that he did, that Falcon did. That was kind of cool. Just seeing him using sonic booms and all this other stuff because he's not a super soldier, so we know he has to come up with little different things. I thought it was decent.
They turned him into Guile. He did the sonic kickflip, he did the sonic booms, he did a lot of like real wide like heel kicks. Like they turned him into Guile.
Yeah, I mean, they kind of did, but I thought, like, honestly, the action scenes, minus the one where they were fighting in the prison, and we saw the 5'1" widow. I mean, the fight scenes were the most entertaining of this. It sucks that it was so many gaps in between that kind of caused the lull. So, I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of nervous for the MCU at this point, more than I was before. I really was hoping that this was going to become the savior for the MCU. Honestly, we obviously can't look at this. We are gonna have to put our sights further. We have Thunderbolts coming out this year. We have Fantastic Four coming out this year. So those are the two things that
I was gonna say. I'm like I said, I'm concerned for the MCU, yes, but the Thunderbolts I fear feels like its own thing, and I'm still excited for the Thunderbolts because the dynamics I'm in the trailer are fun, and I think that
you can't trust trailers anymore, my guy.
I know, but like I said, some of these characters that are in that movie I already like, and I know that their dynamics are interesting amongst themselves, and putting them together I think they could fucking bomb and ruin the movie, but I'm just saying it gives me, I'm still excited for the Thunderbolts, and Fantastic Four is its own thing, and I just like, I hope and pray.
It's MCU. It's MCU.
It's not MCU.
It's
not MCU.
It's 100% MCU.
Okay, well, here's the thing. It doesn't take place in the MCU, so I'm hoping that they use that as an advantage.
It does take place in the MCU.
No, it doesn't.
Not in the 616. Yes, not in the 616. Exactly. But you already know what's going to happen. You already know what's going to happen.
Yeah, but it's not. The movie doesn't take place in the MCU. Correct.
When's Thunderbolts come out?
No, bullshit. It does take. It takes. It does take place in the MCU. We've already done other timelines, so therefore it does exist. It's not the sacred timeline of the 616, but it is the MCU, and you already know what's going to happen. No, just stop acting. Stop being a naive little bitch.
You got that dick? You got that bitch?
No. Creepcast, I gotta. Hold on.
I'm just as lost as you.
This is one of those things where like if somebody like says something so confidently they think that they're right, and they'll like try to move on real quick, real fast.
I'm not moving on.
Well, I'm just telling you, it doesn't take place in the MCU. It'll end up in the MCU.
Yes,
but the movie takes place in another universe.
Yes, and what are we? What did we just complain about?
Alternate universe bullshit.
What did we just complain about?
In the 616, okay, whatever that means.
Oh my god.
No.
When's Thunderbolts come out?
Dark Side. Hold on.
In like a month, I think.
Yeah, in a month. It's like next month or something.
For fuck's sake.
Okay, answer me this.
Yeah, go ahead.
Have we been outside the 616 in the MCU? Yes or no?
Yeah.
Have we been outside of it?
Yes.
Yeah, multiple times.
While still being in a 616 movie.
in a 616 movie, they're all 616 movies.
No, alternate timeline is not 616.
No, it's not.
Therefore, but the main universe that we're focused on. I was getting to that. That's exactly what I was getting to.
Read my lips. The Fantastic Four movie that is about to come out does not take place in the MCU.
I'm not arguing that. I'm saying
yes, you are. That's literally what we were talking about.
No, what I'm trying.
You started talking about 616. I said MCU.
Can we get the blurries?
MCU is the 616.
I'd like to continue drinking, and I'm barely coherent.
Yeah, you say incoherent. The 616.
Hang on.
The MCU is the 616. Is that the main universe that we're focusing on? Right. That is the sacred timeline. That is what we're focusing on.
I'm a purist. 616 comic book universe.
Oh my god. Okay.
But what about the 414
thing? Yeah, the 401 is a yeah, that's a different story.
How about the 63? Never mind.
Look.
Okay. What I'm saying is what I'm saying is that
you are you're struggling to make the point.
I'm trying. You're not making the point. You're just trying to be contrarian.
You're trying so hard.
No, you're trying to be contrarian. Yes, you're trying to be contrarian. I'm saying
does not take place in the universe that we currently are in.
I got that. Yes.
Okay, that's all I'm saying.
You're saying. I know that's what you're saying.
What are you struggling? What are you struggling?
I'm not struggling with you constantly repeating it doesn't make you right. I just want to let you know that. Okay. So
all right, go ahead.
What I'm saying is that Fantastic Four does not take place in the 616. It does not take place in the MCU as we know it. Right. What I'm saying is that the Fantastic Four, the only way they're going to salvage the MCU, as you call it, is they have to bring them into the 616. That's the only way they're gonna have to do it. Because how are you gonna have? You think that somehow Doctor Doom is gonna go wreak havoc?
What was I just saying? I literally said that the movie doesn't take place in the MCU, but it will eventually enter the MCU.
No, you say MCU as in like the MCU is not just broader than the 616
universe. The Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Universes.
What is happening here?
Universes.
No.
There's Loki just wants to make sure
universe.
So when I'm so lost.
Okay,
so
Green
turn. Well enough to ref this. You have to do it, Green.
I don't know why this is so complicated.
No, it's not complicated. It's only complicated to you.
All I'm saying. It's complicated to me. We both agree.
No, all I'm saying is that we've already in the MCU, they've already blown out that we're not staying within our own universe. They've already blown the lid on the fact that they can go into any other universe and grab Infinity Stones.
But there's still this. It's still a
yes.
Home
No,
universe.
That's the focus. They're focused on
the home universe is called the MCU.
MCU, the 616. That's the timeline. That's the universe that they're focusing on. What I'm saying is that for the Fantastic Four, what they're doing is just like they did for Captain Marvel, right? They tease the X-Men. I don't know if those X-Men, they talk about Captain Rambeau or not Rambeau, not Captain Rambeau. What's her name?
Monica
Rambeau.
They put her into the universe with the X-Men. That the X-Men were a prevalent force. Mutants were active in that universe. We know somehow that X-Men, I don't know if it was just I don't know. I kind of want to throw away the Marvels because that was a shit movie. But I'm saying is they're going to bring that into the main universe, the main MCU, just like I think the Fantastic Four. I think at the end of Fantastic Four, we're going to start seeing them get put into our universe because Doctor Doom, he's not going to we know that he's going to get introduced into the Fantastic Four. I don't think he's going to stay there. I think there's no way they're going to keep him there. So then he's going to be introduced into the 616. That's what I'm saying. Into the main MCU, as you call it.
What was the point of all that? I agree with you.
You just want to argue. You just want to argue. Yes.
Listen,
rewatch this.
Like you just want to argue, Cream.
Just listen to one thing.
Okay, all I'm saying is we're gonna have to rename this to the Nerd Podcast.
It is the Nerd Podcast. Listen. I'm just gonna go back to the first thing I said.
Hold on. Before you say anything, hold on. I gotta block somebody. I gotta block somebody. Hold on.
Oh, only Toast because he's agreeing with Darkseid.
Yeah, let me just time this bitch out. Okay,
wait,
go ahead.
Only Toast. Don't worry, man. I stand with you.
My only regret is that Bandito isn't here tonight.
Bandito Mac would just be as confused as anyone else, and Creepcast is leading him astray, probably for no reason.
Bandito would possibly ref this bullshit.
He would. I would love it. No, we need to get our true Marvel, our truest Marvel fan. That is the Underground. The Underground needs to be here. But go ahead.
All right. Well, I mean, like I said, I'm literally going back to the first thing I said, which is that the movie, The Fantastic Four, takes place in another universe and will end up in the universe we call the MCU. That's the only fucking thing I said.
No, that's not what you. No. We're gonna rewatch. That's all I said. After this episode is done, we're gonna go back and I'm gonna watch that and see that's what you said because you start.
What did I say?
You said Fantastic Four, the MCU. That the Fantastic Four does not take place in the MCU. I said the MCU is bigger than just the 616. The MCU is now multiple universes at this point.
It's not. It's not.
It is.
The it has one. Okay. Prove that point then.
For fuck's sake.
Okay.
How does Loki take place? How does Loki take place?
Not in the MCU.
It is in the MCU.
It's not. You can have stuff all over the place, but it's not the MCU is the home timeline.
How about you home these nuts? How about that? Home these nuts.
I got fighting because I'm starting to get really solidly fucking drunk tonight. And if you want this podcast to end before I say something that's going to get us banned, we really need to move forward.
Only Toes knows that Creepcast was spinning around in the no-spin zone, trying to make sense of the stupidest thing I've ever heard in the I mean, you got anything else?
No,
we were talking about Captain America and what a
where
crap
the boundaries
was.
Of the MCU lie.
I mean, it's all relative.
That's what we're trying to find. Yeah.
Okay, so anyways, going back to Darkseid, if I'm correct, just tell me. Just don't say anything, Darkseid. If you think I'm correct, just don't say anything. Okay, he didn't say anything, guys. Therefore, Darkseid agrees with me. I'm right. He's wrong. True. And that's all that matters. Oh,
you son of a bitch! You son of a bitch! This is a misuse of your powers.
Yeah, you know what? I am the mod, so I control all. And as the mod, let's go ahead.
He starts every episode calling himself the main character, and you keep letting him do it. That's all I'm saying.
Baby.
I mean, he is Baby. He is the main character, but just like the previous main character, he blathers on nonsensically. It doesn't make any fucking sense.
Oh my god. Anyways, let's just do the blurries so we can stop listening to this bitch over here. All right, let's. I'm gonna give this a solid 6. This was, while it had many shortcomings, I would give it a solid 6. It was fun to watch initially, maybe because I was overhyped about the Red Hulk. I think we all were.
Everyone was overhyped.
So when I watch this again, actually, I'm gonna drop it to a 5 because I don't think I will watch this movie again other than seeing Red Hulk highlights. To be honest with you, and just the fight scenes, I think that's the only thing that I actually would take away from this.
Unfortunately, the Red Hulk scenes are in the horrible green screen scenes as well. They're at the same. They're in a crossroads. So I don't know if I can rewatch some of these scenes because I was actively aware of how bad it looked. But you're right. The Red Hulk stuff is the best stuff.
Well, I think the Red Hulk at the very beginning when he's transforming, he does that initial getting shot by the helicopter. I think that's kind of the best scenes. After that, it's kind of
I don't think they did a single action thing with the Red Hulk outside of what Captain America was directly interacting with him. I don't think that we saw anything happen to the Red Hulk that we haven't seen before. The jumping, the breaking with his hand off buildings, the getting shot by every bit of it is something we've seen in a previous Hulk movie. Not a single bit of it was original.
And we didn't talk about it, but the resolution to the Red Hulk was so fucking lame.
Oh, it looked like shit.
How he got him to stand down,
I was going to say
Captain America. The only person
that actually
the plot points were all weak.
The person who did that better than him, which makes me so angry, was Deadpool. Like when I saw that, I remember I went to go see the movie with my brother-in-law. I'm like, is he about to do the sunset real little big guy? And he literally did that shit. I was like, no.
Yes,
and he did it did it in the most shittiest way.
I was waiting for fucking Anthony Mackie to like trot out Liv Tyler at that scene, be like, aha, we got. And I was just, but I mean, how would they know? The Red Hulk thing was a big surprise for everyone. So like they would not know that was a thing, but I was expecting her to show up to do the same literal thing.
All they had to do was have her at the speech. Like he talked to her.
I'm glad they didn't do that, because that would have been like
obvious.
I don't know if it would have been it's like Anthony Mackie literally talked him down, which is the stupidest, most limp dick ending I've ever seen. But yeah, having like her daughter show up and him immediately being like, "Oh, I'm sorry." Also, a limp dick ending.
You know who did that better? Batman v Superman. Justice League, where
she comes out. Batman v Superman. I'm like, oh, that was awful.
No, when she came out Lois Lane came out the damn cop car, like Clark. He's like, he's about to kill Batman. And he's like, oh, let me stop killing this guy, and then
I've literally blacked out that movie. I have no idea what is this the Marvel scene?
I believe you.
No, remember when he was Superman was choking. Remember when he was choking? Superman was choking Batman, and then
Justice League. That's not BVS.
I said Justice League.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
I said Superman first, and I said Batman v Superman. And I said Justice League.
I know what you're talking about, but it's literally the same thing.
It's the same thing. They literally kind of copy that for this movie to an extent. I mean, if they would have had Liv Tyler
in the Hulk, like there's a few things that would, if you had to fight the Hulk, you would have like a whole bunch of weapons, and you'd have like Betty Ross inside a little fucking container and deploy her at the right moment. Because that is the most stereotypical way to defuse the Hulk and the Red Hulk. I'm glad they didn't do that, but like what they ended up doing was even more stupid.
They did that in Incredible Hulk too. They did it in Incredible Hulk. Remember, she was but when they did it, then it was like, it made sense.
Okay. It was early enough where you're like, okay, that's part of the story. Like that's the Hulk thing. But if they did it again now, I would have been like, fuck this shit. Anyways, back to my blurries. I was thinking a lot about the last couple MCU movies. How bad is this movie? Is it as bad as the Marvels? No, it's not as bad as the Marvels. Is it as bad as fucking Quantumanium? No, I don't want to watch Quantumanium at all ever again. So I would say, I think you gave it a 5. I would say I'm probably at a 5 too. I don't think there's things in here that are okay. It's just the execution across the board is not good, but I've seen way worse from Marvel is what I'm saying. So I would say probably 5 as well. Tuner, what do you got?
I'm going to give it a 5 as well. Very middle of the road. Very boring. Very, very boring.
Snake, we're on a streak right now. You know what to do.
Yeah.
I think you guys are being very lenient with something. You're comparing bad to bad, and what I want you to do is I want you to think about
9.5. 9.5.
I want you to think about this like as the follow up to what was leading up to this. We need a strong move in the MCU right now. We have all of this development with a really good miniseries leading into it. Right. You like you said, Darkseid, this was a slam dunk. These guys had all of the pieces, and they threw them away and misplaced them.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
I'm putting this at a 4, and simply because I actually made it through the fucking movie.
You fucking bitch! You fucking goddamn you!
Fucking hell!
Not a team player.
All right.
Why did you all want a 5 so bad? I don't get this.
We all said 5. We were in unison. We were on one accord. Yeah. We were literally docking together, and we were.
This movie has not.
Did you invite me here to be conformist?
Yes, I'm just saying, I wanted some pleasure to come out of this movie, and the 5 wave was where I was going.
Yeah.
You ruined that for me.
Wow.
I'm not going to stop there.
Oh, it's going to get worse? Oh, shit.
Not right now.
Okay.
All right. Well.
All right.
Okay.
All right. So 4. Are you
5, 5, 5, and 4?
Okay, all right.
Triple 5 and a
fucking
4.
bad. I'm not giving it a middle of the road score.
So you wouldn't watch this again?
I wanted so much more from the characters. I wanted so much more from what they gave Anthony Mackie. I don't think that was fair.
Nick, would you watch?
If I were to watch this again, it would be a serious dissection of what went wrong post Endgame, and a lot of it would be a real introspect into like the Captain America legacy through those movies, Bucky's discourse, and Anthony Mackie as a side character to a main character to completely shunned by the fucking studios or whatever the fuck happened here. So if I were to watch this again, it would be a wholly negative retrospect, and I would get into that because I love to fucking hate.
Or would you watch it to get blottoed? Would you watch it if you got blottoed?
I get blottoed on the fucking daily.
Yeah.
What level
I don't need
of
shitty movies to get blottoed.
it?
I watch shitty movies for fun.
Well, no. To be fair, I have to agree with Snake. The studio, they should have known that Anthony Mackie he's in a very, very tough position. You're trying to. It's like being the actor who takes over. Like Endgame happens, and they say, "Guys, we're gonna open up another universe in the Marvel universe, and you're the new Iron Man. Good luck." And we're not gonna develop your character. We're just going to throw you. You already have all the superpowers, and we're just not going to really write your character at all. We're just going to you're Tony Stark, and you're just going to go through it. Like that would be the shittiest. I don't care how much money you're giving me. I wouldn't take that job.
I'm actually going to one up you on this. This is the second time that's happened to him.
What's the first
Did
time?
anybody here watch Altered Carbon season 2?
No.
I saw season 1. I didn't see season 2.
Season 1 was good. Season 1 was full of exposition and character development. Season 2, new sleeve for the main character. I'm just gonna go straight into like talking about this like everybody's seen it. New sleeve for the main character. Kovacs is taken over by Anthony Mackie. He's the main character. You know what they do with his character in season 2? They stop developing him.
That kind of sucks.
Yeah, he wasn't the problem with that series, but they gave him nothing to work with, just like Captain America. And I feel like it's just a kick in the nuts.
Yeah, twist the metal at least.
I mean, but DEI is over now, so we won't.
Anyways, all right.
This is the last.
I hope you're white or can identify as white as a main character. All I'm saying is right now, Anthony Mackie and I think Michael B. Jordan are the best possible candidates for an action star in today's age, because all our other action stars are over the age of 60.
Can we take a moment of silence for what's his name, Kang?
Jonathan Majors.
For Jonathan Majors, who was basically whose career was just the moon was the limit at one point.
Yeah.
He's coming back. He's coming back though.
I think he's gonna come back in Doomsday, and I think what's gonna happen is they're gonna explain away. Oh, here comes Dr. Doom through the multiverse. He just killed all the Kangs. That's gonna be it. I think that's.
Remember when Kang,
who this guy is.
Remember when Kang beat up his girlfriend that one time?
Okay. Anyways, all right.
Well, that was one of his versions.
Yeah, that's one time.
Right, the variant.
Yeah, that
was that an MCU or a non-MCU story?
Yeah, which universe did that take place in? 616.
Yeah. Did that take place in 616?
It was firmly not in the MCU. Your Honor, it wasn't me. It was my variant.
Yeah, it's gonna be like the Kang Hollywood story, the MCU story, or some shit like that. It's gonna show on E. That. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. And I can see it wasn't me. It was one of my variants. One of my variants beat the shit out of my girlfriend. It definitely wasn't me. If the universe doesn't fit, you must have quit or some shit like that.
You must have quit.
Yeah. So
yes,
anyway.
Your Honor, I'd like to get the multiverse defense, please.
Yes. Your Honor, it doesn't take place in the MCU.
You see, when I shoplifted at that mall, that wasn't me. That was an alternate version of me.
Let me be the judge. Let me be the judge of that shit.
That worked for R. Kelly.
I don't know. I feel bad for Jonathan Majors. Like he got in a court of law, he was innocent, and I mean Marvel. I feel like they jumped a little too quick on that. I get it, but I'm like,
I don't know. I think they had the right.
They had the right.
direct. They were in the right in terms of the direction things were going. Now, I mean, I think
save anything?
No, but I think like I mean, if he's a sinking ship, you got to get away. I mean,
Sure.
It is what it is. Like, I mean,
it is what it is.
I think Jonathan Majors will come back as an actor. I think he's a good actor. We've seen a lot of actors like rebound later in life. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he has a movie coming out soon. Him as a bodybuilder. I forgot his name, but it looks really good.
Yeah. I heard that.
Wait, what's that? A horror movie with Michael B. Jordan. It looked really dumb until I saw the trailer, and I'm like, man, this looks interesting.
Sinners. Yeah.
Sinners?
Yeah.
It's so interesting. The thing is, the stupid poster makes it seem like just a very random, stupid movie. And then I actually watched the trailer, and I'm like, holy shit, this is really interesting horror.
Yeah, because our boy, damn, I forgot the original Black Panther director. Damn, what's his name? Fruitvale Station. Shit, I totally forgot his name.
Yeah, I know who.
But yeah, he's the one that's directing that. So I feel like it's gonna be a really good movie. He hasn't missed yet. Every movie he's done has been amazing. So we'll see how that goes. All right, if we're gonna talk about some random shit, let's do it on the extra blurred. So, yeah. If do we have anything else?
No, we're good.
No, we're set.
Wrap it up.
All right. Well, everybody, that has been episode 155 of the Blrd podcast. As always, we want to thank you all for hanging out with us. If you want to catch us live, watch us on twitch.tv/Blrd podcast. If you want to see any tapings, you can watch us at youtube.com/Blrd podcast. Or if you want to just hear the audio version and listen to our beautiful voices, you can catch us at every major podcasting platform. Until next time, you guys, well, actually, before that, I always forget. We're about to do the extra blurred, so stick around. And if not, we'll blur you guys later.
All right, blur you later.